Happy Monday, everyone. So glad to be with you today. I am Danny Garola, Stampin Up Demonstrator here in Tucson, Arizona. Nice and warm here today. We've been having the AC going the last couple of days, so that might just let you know how warm it's really been. It hasn't been like god awful heat, but nonetheless, it is still on the warm side. It's probably a lot of my northeast friends. It's probably about like what your summer weather is like. I mean, like what your what your summer weather is like. So we haven't quite hit our summers yet because, oh my goodness, Frida, it is pouring there. Because here, our summers, June is probably our worst month here in Tucson. It is very hot. It is very dry. It is the month typically before we start seeing any of our monsoon activity. So it is just stifling. It's normally like in the 100 and teens. It's gross. Hello, Noreen. Hello, Peggy. Hello, Patty and Lois. Hello, Mom. Hi, Frida. Welcome, you guys. Thank you for coming in and saying hi to me. I love it when you guys tell me hi. So we've got some big news going on here in the Stampin' Up world. So as you guys know, the catalog goes live tomorrow. I've already got my order and then some, like all done out. I was seeing if I had it just sitting here and I don't. I tucked it away to get it off my desk. But yeah, I think it's actually 3 a.m. Mountain Time. So right now here in Arizona, we are the same time as Pacific Time. And so that means it'll be an hour earlier here if you're Pacific or Arizona time than it is Mountain Time. So like right now it's 6 Pacific, 6 Arizona. So it's 7 Mountain, 8 Central, and 9 Eastern. So if you're over in that part of the world, welcome and thank you for being up late and coming in here. So hello, Teresa. So you guys, I think they said that it starts at 3, and there's only one stamp set that we know of so far, and they've been keeping us kind of on the ball about it. So on page, hold on, I think it was page 113, there is a stamp set that is going to be, and I checked it earlier today. It is called the Graceful Tiles. It is on page 113. That one has not come into the warehouse yet. So please note that if that was on your, hello from Baltimore, if that was on your wish list, you're probably going to have to hold off on that and place an order with that one a little bit later. It may come in. So if that was on your list and you go to place your orders, always try to add that order number, because you never know if it's going to pop up. I may be telling you this now, and it may actually come into the warehouse tonight and be on, be orderable by tonight, tomorrow. All right, so just know that. The other thing that is going on, so you have until, I believe it's midnight tonight. So again, watch your time zones. That's 11:59 Mountain Time to still finish up your last chance products. So all those products that are going to be retiring, you can still get an order in for that. Also, we have got an amazing join promotion going on starting tomorrow. So those of you who are looking at your wish lists and you're like, oh my goodness, my wish list is over $100. Let me tell you guys something. Now, I know you guys hear me, join my team, blah, 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 and you're like, nope, don't want to go there. Okay, let me just tell you, you joining my team really does not mean that you have to build a business. You have to do anything that has to make you go out of your comfort zone. I will never push you to do anything that you don't want to do. You make your being a demonstrator what you want to be. But I am going to tell you that if you join starting tomorrow, and this only runs through May 31st, so you've got a little bit of time to think about it. If you join my team during that time span, you are going to get an extra $66.50 worth of free product on top of your $125 worth of product that you get to completely customize and choose what you want in your starter kit. Not only do you get $125 worth of product of your choice and your in-color products, so let me kind of show you what you're going to get. And this is probably going to look backwards to you, but I'll show this again when I flip you guys around. But I so want you guys to consider doing this because I've had people on my team who've never taken it anywhere. All they do is they join the team, and hello, Arliss, they join my team to get a starter kit. That's it. This is how they start with Stampin' Up. If you don't have any of the product, but you love seeing all the cards that I make and all the cards that you find on Pinterest and other demonstrators make, and you're thinking to yourself, oh, I just don't know how to start with a starter kit. Honest to God. You are going to get this new beautiful that we get to take advantage of as demonstrators. You guys get this in your kit. It is a grid paper with the new beautiful 2022-2024 in colors. It is a grid paper. It's one of those big, long, I think it's like a 12 by 24. Does it say? It doesn't say. But it's got your in colors, and it kind of looks ombre-ish, if you ask me. You're going to get the 5 new in color pads. So, I've got them all. Oh, you know what? Let me pull them out. They're right here. We're actually going to be using them tonight. So this is the first card. I don't think I have all 5 sitting. Oh, yes, I do. Okay, so here are the new 5. I got to see around them. The new 5 in colors. You've got Orchid Oasis, Starry Sky, Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, and the Tahitian Tide. So you will get all 5 of these stamp sets in your kit as well. You're also going to get a pack of the 11.5 or the 8.5 by 11. You're going to get it in all 5 of those colors. So you'll have your matching paper to go with your matching stamp pads. You're also going to get that beautiful designer series paper, which is right here. You get a full pack of this. This is double-sided paper, if you can see it here. It's all of the in colors. It's got all these different designs on it. One is like a florally print. One has this neat little stripes on it. And then the other one in that same color has this pattern along with the polka dots. So you get a lot of paper in here. This you're going to get, these are 6 by 6, and you get 40 sheets of this paper. That is also included in your starter kit, completely free. So those 4 items that I just talked about, you get those on top of, I'm waiting for my big order to come. Woohoo! Oh, look at you, girl, with your freight day, your free shipping day. So you get those products free on top of the $125 that you get to pick. Now, to stay a live demonstrator and an active demonstrator, there is, a part of Stampin' Up that you have to spend a certain amount within so many months to stay an active demonstrator. Now, that being said, if you do not make that quota by the 3 months, you will become inactive. Now, what that means for you is on the last day of your inactive, you can actually turn around and buy another starter kit. Isn't that crazy? Like, how do they do that? How do they keep letting people choose $125 and only pay $99 for it? That's what I forgot to tell you. You get your $66.50 plus your $125 worth of products. Plus you get a free paper pumpkin in there. You get all of a pack of all the new catalogs so you can disperse it among your friends and possibly customers. You will also get all the supplies to start a business if you choose. And on top of that, you will get a discount on your very next order. When you start ordering product as a demonstrator, you're going to get a discount. So there's really, honest to God, there is nothing to lose. So I have people who will actually, hello, Carol. I have people that actually wait until they're inactive and then they just sign up again. Now, if you have been a demonstrator under another team leader, you do have to wait a longer period. And I want to say it's 90 days, but don't quote me on that because I'm not sure if it's 90 days or 6 months. I can't remember. And I'm sorry, I didn't have time to look that up. But if you have been on my team before, join again now in the month of May once tomorrow hits. And there's actually a button you can click right here. There's a link that I've already added to this this Facebook Live that you can click on, and it will take you right into joining. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. My email address is stampinthepinkbarn at gmail.com. Geez Louise, forgot my own email. And you can ask me anything you need to. If you go to my page, my phone number is on there too. Give me a call. I would love to talk to you about it. Because in all honesty, it is the best way to get yourself started with even just being a hobbyist. And just know that as a demonstrator, you have the choice to only be a discount shopper. We don't judge at all. You know, some people want to make a business and earn a little bit of extra cash and set their own schedule. But then there's other ones who just want it for the discount. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. You know, it's just the way it goes. So I just wanted you guys to be aware of that because it is an excellent promotion going on. Okay, so I'm going to flip you guys around. I'm going to talk to you about a couple more little things, but what are you doing, boy? You see my son back there sneaking around? Oh, okay. The other thing that I quickly wanted to give you guys an update on what is going on. I think I told you guys during, what was it? I think it was last Thursday when I did my paper pumpkin alternatives that I've been dealing with this thing. Hello, Cheryl. And that I have, and it's very common. It's not like I'm anything special, but I've got these, what do they call them? Nodules or something like that in my throat and on my thyroid. So every 6 months I have to go in for a scan. Well, I've got myself all freaked out because one of my team members, bless her soul and bless her husband's soul, and they are deeply in my prayers. Her husband wound up getting cancer on his thyroid and had to have part of his thyroid removed. So of course, myself, it's been a year since I've had an ultrasound done on these nodules or whatever they're called. So of course I start, you know how we all get, we kind of start playing mind tricks on ourselves, and I have been having a little bit of pain. And so after finding out what he's gone through, he was like, girl, you need to get to the doctor now, and you need to have this ultrasound, and don't let it slide. Take care of yourself. So I contacted my doctor because I needed to have a referral to go have an ultrasound done for it. And like I said, it's normally I'm supposed to have it done every 6 months. It's been over a year since I've had it done just because I always put me last. And I'm not asking for sympathy or anything like that, because there's nothing wrong with me. I'm actually a very healthy person. But it's just one of those things where you hear stories that hit home, and it kind of makes you very aware of, okay, you know, I'm not any different from the next person. I am pretty healthy. Yes, I can lose some weight, but good Lord, that's, you know, that's just one of those things. But other than that, I'm a pretty healthy person. But he too, he's never smoked, he's never drank, he is very into fitness. He actually works at the gym and does this cycling thing. And it is just crazy to know that cancer doesn't have a type. I mean, it's with anybody. Anybody can get it. So it just kind of put that little, you know, bug in my ear, like, okay, you really need to go get this taken care of. So I'm going in tomorrow to have those looked at. So I will keep you informed. I'm pretty sure it's nothing. Every time I go in, they give me the dimensions of how big they are, and they just say, you know, they haven't grown any, and that's always, you know, what you want to hear. You don't want to hear that they've grown, because then that could be potential bad news. But either way, so I just wanted to let you guys know. And then I also, my daughter goes in. The crazy thing, you guys remember last year, those of you guys who have followed me for a while now, my daughter was in the hospital last year, the end of June, to have her extensive EEG done. Well, since we've been seeing some weird activity going on with her, and I'm pretty sure she's been having a few little breakthrough seizures, that, oh, thank you so much, Arliss. And I'm not on here to ask for, you know, anything. I'm just letting you guys know what goes on in my life, because you're my people, right? Who else am I going to tell about my stuff going on? So, my daughter goes in. The craziest thing, I called to make the appointment to get her into the hospital, because she's got to be there between 3 and 5 days. And so I looked at the calendar, and she goes, so it looks like we can schedule June 27th, which is a Monday. It was weird, because when I looked at the calendar, I was like, oh my gosh, that is like the same exact week to the year that we did it last year, because it was right after her birthday. And so the thing is her birthday is June 19th, which is Father's Day this year. And my son's birthday is July 1st. So it's so crazy that even though they're just a like 2-week period away from each other, when things happen, it always seems to happen during like one of their birthdays. So last year we were at the hospital for 5 days. We came home. They released us out of the hospital on his birthday, which was July 1st. So we quickly came home, and of course we told him, you know, we're exhausted. We've been at the hospital all week, that we would have to do his birthday at a later date. And of course it was his 16th birthday, but you know, he's such a like chill kid. He's just a guy. He's just kind of like, wow, whatever. It is what it is. And so I told him this year, I go, well, there is a potential that we won't be here for your birthday again this year. He's like, well, you know, my sister kind of comes first. So he's just, what kind of kid thinks like that, especially at that age? But, you know, it's not like this is anything new for my other kids. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to get you guys flipped around. I just thought it was kind of coincidental that it just wound up being the same exact week and to the year of us going back to the hospital again. All right, so hold on. I'm done chattering about my life. So let's get to some business here. Okay, so hold on. That looks pretty good. I think we've got everything straightened out here. It was crazy. On Thursday, I was sitting there and talking to you guys, and for some reason, my camera just slowly started like flipping down and flipping itself around, and it was nuts. I was just like, it just kind of started floating on its own. Instead, I was like, I looked up here and all of a sudden I see my other device and I was like, what in the world? Golly. All right, so this tells you guys a little bit about that in color starter kit. So I will talk about this as many times as you guys see me because I really want you guys to consider doing this starter kit. It's a great way to get yourself some product. All right, the other thing that we have going on right now, and this ends May 10th, this is the Celebrating in Color paper pumpkin. This is going to have some beautiful colors that will coordinate with your starter kit. So this might be the month that you want to subscribe to Paper Pumpkin if you're considering joining the team, or if you just are going to be placing an order and you want all those beautiful in colors. Hello, Gwen. This might be one of the paper pumpkins that you may just want. So this is going to make 10 cards, 2 of 5 designs, plus you're going to get 10 coordinating envelopes and 10 coordinating gift card holders. So also this month they have decided to do a golden voucher. So I know I've said this a million times and I probably sound pretty redundant, but remember the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory and how when we were kids, you always heard about the golden ticket in your chocolate bars? Well, they're going to be doing one of those golden vouchers in one of these kits that are going to be going to a lucky subscriber. And it is worth $25 for you to spend in my Stampin' Up store. Also, we have mystery stamping coming up for the month of May. I love it when you guys join me for mystery stamping. It is in my events page. So when you're done with this, you can always go over to my events and you will see this graphic right here in my events page. Scroll down to it. You can tap on it and you can click that going button. That way, every time I upload something about mystery stamping, like I put the supplies list in there, when I go live, all those things, you're going to receive notification so you don't forget, because life gets busy and sometimes we think, oh my gosh, I really want to do that mystery stamping, and then it winds up, life happens, we forget to get our supplies ready, we forget to watch the live video, and you don't have to be live for this. You can pop in and watch it up to any time and get your photos of your card made and put it over in Pink Barn Stampers group. You'll see my card made after the date that we do the mystery stamping. And then I will choose a winner out of all those people who have placed a photo of their card in the comments. I will draw a winner on Sunday the 22nd. So supplies are going to be listed over on my blog, which is stampinthepinkbarn.com. You'll see my mystery stamping for May. It'll be a blog post in there. You'll see that you won't see supplies to begin with, but come on Wednesday the 11th, I will post the supplies that you will need to have. And normally I take a picture of the supplies that I've chosen just so you can kind of see visually what you need to have. And then I give you a full week until the 18th. And then on the 18th, that's when we will do our Facebook Live at 6 p.m. Arizona time, which is also Pacific time. We will do our mystery stamping together where we all put those cards together during our live, or you can always watch the replay and put your card together. And then I give you, that'll be 19, 20, 21, 22. That gives you 4 days to get your cards made if you don't, create it with me. And then get your photos of it. And there is no judgment at all on skill or anything. It's just to get us all crafting together. When I do the drawing, it is all done through a random, it's called Wheel of Names. So anybody who submits a card, doesn't matter. Just as long as you kind of follow the guidelines that I give you and the supplies that I give you, and you submit a card on there, you are entered in the drawing. That's just how it works. And normally I give away either an embellishment or an ephemera pack or maybe a thing of yarn. Gee, here I am in my crochet mode. Maybe a thing of ribbon. I haven't decided yet for this month. I've had a lot of things going on. So I did sit down and I was like, you know, I got to come up with a card and I got to come up with the prize. So there will be more to be seen as we get closer to that. So just keep watch for that. Like I said, you can always check the events page for that and all the other details. Adhesive kits. I still have adhesive kits. They are $35. You will get a 6-inch clear ruler, a full pack of mini dimensionals, a full pack of regular dimensionals, a green glue. This is my favorite liquid glue. I love that I have a little bit of wiggle room when I put a piece of cardstock down. I can kind of move it for a few seconds and get everything in place. You're going to get a sand eraser. This is to clear off some of those little boo-boos if you ever hit the stamp in the wrong spot. You're going to get an adhesive remover. So like when you have a brand new glue and you open it up and sometimes it kind of squeezes too much out, and when you go to put the card down it might ooze out the side. You can wipe off some of that excess with your finger, but you're going to want to come back with your adhesive remover and just kind of rub some of that off. It gets all the little goobies off. You're going to get a pack of glue dots, a full roll of tear and tape, and a cute little bag to carry everything in. I also try to tell people to grab yourself a pair of snips and a take your pick tool, and always keep it inside of that little bag. So when you go to a card class or you go to a swap or something like that, or a scrapbooking event, you will have all your supplies that you need right here in this little bag. Okay, this is my current host code for May. So when you go to my store, which you're going to find that going dannygarola.stampinup.net, or you can go on any of my blog posts and there's a direct link that will take you right into my store. So when you get there, always check the top corner to make sure it says that you're shopping with Danny Garola. If it doesn't, it'll say pick a demonstrator. You're going to pick me, of course. Then when you're done picking all the items that you want to purchase, you're going to hit that little shopping cart. It looks like a little basket with a little heart in it. It's going to bring you to the kind of this page here. You're not going to see this here because this was from a previous celebrations. But right over here, you're going to see your total and your merchandise subtotal and any rewards that you've gotten or anything like that. But up here, it's going to say add a host code right underneath my name. That's where you're going to copy and paste, where you can find this on this actual Facebook. You'll find it inside of oh my goodness, I forgot what I was trying to say. You'll find it in the heading of this Facebook. I don't know where words went, but they just totally left my train of thought. But anyways, you can go to my blog, and up in the top right hand corner on that first column there, it will actually have it up there too, where you can copy and paste it and just add it right into where it says add host code. If your order is over $150, do not use my host code, okay? You're going to get some rewards, and I want you to have those. Okay, let's get down to making some cards. All right, so for today, I am going to be playing with, where did I put them? Well, we're going to be playing with the butterflies and flowers, layering decorative masks. Now there's only one in here because I'm going to be using the other 5 masks. Now this comes with 6 masks. This is inside of our January-June, which is our JJ mini catalog is what I call it. It is this catalog right here. This is still going to be active until June 30th. Now, let me tell you something. For all of my current customers and who have been customers with me for the last 6 months, and you know, those of you who that are new and you're going to be making purchases, we have another new catalog coming out. I know, crazy, right? The new one starts, the annual catalog starts tomorrow, but then we're going to be having our, I like to call it our holiday catalog, but our July through December catalog is going to be coming out as well. So for the month of May, I will be adding any of my customers and customers that have been, you know, made a purchase within the last 6 months. I'm going to be adding you to my mailing list. So you'll have up to the May 30th to place your orders. And all I ask is that you place an order of $25 or more in my online store. And then you will be automatically placed on my mailing selector catalog list. That way Stampin' Up! Will send you directly from the plant, and you'll get it before any of my, you know, customers that place an order after that, because then I will have to hand deliver them at that point or snail mail them out through my home, so it takes way longer. That way you can get your catalogs before it actually goes live. And just remember, during that catalog, we're also going to have our second round of celebrations, you guys. So you guys will be able to earn that free product out of that celebrations. So all you have to do is simply go in my store, spend $25, and you will be getting one of those or both of those amazing catalogs in the mail. Okay. I will place that on May 30th. I think I just said that, but I just wanted to make sure I told you again. All right, so today we're going to be playing with the butterflies and flowers. Like I said, this is in that JJ mini catalog. We're going to be using also, it's called Good Feelings. This is one of the new stamp sets out of that new catalog that starts tomorrow. These have big, huge fonts, and they're amazing for like just adding this to the front of just a regular piece of designer series paper, and there's not a whole heck of a lot you have to do with it to dress it up, because these fonts do the work for you. We're going to actually use this one. It's called Sending Sunshine and Good Feelings Your Way. I'm going to be using this mask here. So this one that you can see in here, it almost looks like vines, I think it is. But we're going to play with the other 5. You get 6 of them in this pack here. This is one of them that comes in here. So we're going to need a piece of scratch paper. And I'm using, this is our 6x6 grid paper that goes with our Stamparatus. I'm also going to be using a card base that is our thick basic white. This is 11 by 4 1/4 scored at 5 1/2. And let's get that folded. Okay, place that off to the side. I need a piece of black cardstock. This is our basic black. Now this is 3 3/4 by 5. I also need a piece of, where's that at? Basic white. This is 3 5/8 by 4 7/8. And then I'm going to be bringing in all of those in colors that I was just talking about that you could get in that starter kit of these stamp pads. All 5 of these are included in your starter kit in the month of May. I'm also bringing in my blending brushes. Now, these are not from Stampin' Up. They're just ones that I bought off of Amazon. But this big beauty right here, this, you get a 3-pack of the blending brushes with Stampin' Up, and they're huge. They're so nice and so soft. Those are the ones that we sell. I also need a piece of vellum. This vellum is 3 by 4 1/4. I'm going to place just a little piece of, I'm going to use a little piece of one of the old snail adhesives that I used to have from when we used to sell those. And then I just kind of use my finger and just kind of tap over that to get kind of the oils of my finger so it doesn't wind up ripping the back of my paper. Then I'm just going to place that on there. Also, I put a couple pieces of washi tape on my stencil here, or mask is what they call it, same difference, but I'm just going to lay that right on this paper and then place that washi tape and push it down. But see, I don't know if you can see it or not, but my paper doesn't come all the way up here. It stops right down here. So if I cover that, it'll be okay and not show anything on that white paper underneath it. Then we're going to start going with these colors. So I'm going to grab I'm going to grab Sweet Sorbet. And then I just have a little blender brush here. And then ink this up. Helps if I get it out of the way. And when you do this, normally I tell you to go off the side of your paper so you don't leave any little streak marks, but for this technique, you don't have to worry about doing that. I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to start in the corner and just add some ink. Now you can add it as much as you want, but I'm going at a diagonal on this paper. You can go as lightly and stop, or you can keep going to add more of an intense color to that. You decide how you want it to look. Okay, now I'm going to come in with Starry Sky. And this is where I'm using my big Stampin' Up one. Again, rolling in that ink. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to come in and diagonally go down a couple stripes of these flowers. And it's okay if it blends in with this because that's kind of the whole point of it blending together. So there's no harsh white lines. Now you could actually take a piece of washi tape and divide this off if you wanted to have white lines going in between. That would be really pretty too. You don't even have to do this at a diagonal. You could actually go across for a different look as well. That would be really pretty also. Okay, so that is Starry Sky. Let's grab Parakeet Party. Now, those of you that are demonstrators, this is a great card for showing your customers the different colors and your team members. A great way for them to make cards so they can show off, especially for this new promotion that's coming up. They can show off all these gorgeous colors in a really, really easy format, and it gets them playing with their product. Now, I can't remember the price of what these masks are, but they're really super inexpensive, especially when you're getting 6 of them. Okay. I'm going to go a little bit wider with that. This color is just amazing. It is so bright, and so let me show you. Oh, where's it at? Oh, I'm using it later. So let me grab, I want to show you kind of the difference between it and Granny Apple, because I know some people have asked, what is the difference between it and Granny Apple? Okay, so here's your Granny Apple green, here's your Parakeet. Do you see quite a difference there? This is quite a bit darker. And we've all thought when Granny Apple Green came out how bright and cheery it was, and it is, don't get me wrong. But look at the difference here, how bright this one really is. I gotta put that back over here because we are actually gonna be using Granny Apple in another card. Okay, now let's grab Tahitian. because I love this Tahitian Tide and the Parakeet Party side by side. Now, I will give you just a little FYI. When you are using these stencils, you're going to get inky. So just know that. That's when you're going to probably want your lava bar of soap handy in the bathroom, because you're going to want to wash your hands to get all this ink off. I mean, I don't worry too much about it because it just kind of shows that I'm actually playing with my product and my fingers do the talking for me. Now, I love it when these two colors blend. It almost looks like Bermuda Bay. When I pull this stencil off, you're gonna see how pretty these colors are when they actually blend over each other. The masks are $10, so there you go. And you get, what did I say? You get 6 of them. And they are so versatile. And I'm gonna be using, like I said, 5 masks tonight. So you're gonna really see some different projects using these. All right, Orchid Oasis. We're going to use this. This has like that purple tint to it. So I'm going to be using this same one because it's got those dark colors. And I know in the new catalog, there's also a new set of masks. So I'm pretty sure you can use any masks to do this. They all just have a little bit of a different pattern, which it doesn't matter. You're still gonna get kind of the same effect. But this is probably one of the few that I've seen that does have the butterfly in it. So if you're a fan of butterflies, this mask, this decorative mask pack is going to be the one that you want. And we're going to actually make a Mother's Day card today. Ooh. Using the butterfly. Okay. So then when I'm done with this, I will take this to my sink and I will just run water. Since our ink is water-based, I just lightly take my hand and just wipe over it, and all that ink will come off of this, and then it's like brand new again. All right, wait, you guys, wait till you see this. Holy guacamole, right? Isn't that just so beautiful? I kind of overdid it on my orchid, but hey, it's okay. But do you see right here where this line of the parakeet and the Tahitian has come together? It looks like a Bermuda Bay or your coastal cabana. And then over here, you almost have like a teal color when the Parakeet Party and the Starry Sky touch. And then you get kind of like a neat looking purple when the Sweet Sorbet and Starry Sky touch. Hello, Melanie. Isn't that cool though? So many possibilities with doing this. Okay, now we're gonna bring in our piece of vellum. Now, you guys, I really wish I would have some black embossing powder. Thank you so much, Patty, for sharing. That helps with the analytics of Facebook to help my video get seen by more people. And that also gets you entered, thank you, Peggy, get you guys entered into the drawing so you guys can win these cards. And since you're already commenting, if you share also, that's just one more time you get entered into one of the other slots of, so if you share, like, and comment, that puts you in the drawing 3 times for winning one of these cards. Okay, so there is that. I just matted it with that black. This is when I hate touching white cardstock, especially when I've got ink all over my hands. This is then going to get layered right on that white, which we can go ahead, or actually I'm going to wait. I'm going to give that a little bit of time to kind of dry so I don't get it all over the place. Then I'm going to come in with this piece of vellum, and I'm going to use my Stays On ink. Now, what I should really be doing right now, but like I said, I don't have black embossing powder, because technically the way you should do it, and if you have black embossing powder, I'm going to advise it to be done that way because your image will come out a lot crisper. But you're going to want to take your Versamark and you're going to want to put your image on there with Versamark. Then you're going to want to use your black embossing powder and then heat set that. And it comes out so much prettier. But because I don't have black embossing powder, who knows why I don't have it. But another thing to add to my order, I guess, because I don't have it. I'm going to be using my Stays On black since I am stamping on a more of a non-porous surface, which is my vellum. And this vellum, you get quite a bit of vellum in the pack, and it comes in the 8.5 by 11. I can't remember exactly. I think it's, I'll have to look at the catalog. Okay, I'm just holding this on for a few seconds because it's not porous. I want it to get as much of this ink off and transferred onto that vellum as possible. And when you go to lift that off of your paper, do make sure that you don't wiggle this because it is going to slip and slide, and then it will make kind of a what am I looking for? Kind of a hazy looking, it'll look like you're on psychedelics and that it comes off and then it's all like screwed up. So make sure when you go to pick that off, you hold it down with one finger and then pull it straight up off of that so you don't get any of that shadowing effect. That's the word, shadowing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, since this is Stays On, and the way you clean a stamp that has been used with Stays On is I use our Stays On cleaner. Now I know a couple of you have some great suggestions on how to get away with not using the Stays On cleaner, but I like to just kind of rub this on here and then I let my stamp sit until I'm done, and then I can take this to the sink and I actually just take my finger and I kind of just rub all around that, and then it comes right off there. I actually made another card earlier today and you guys just saw how perfectly clean that stamp was. You would never know that I used Stays On. So let me move this back here so I make sure I take that to the sink when we're done. All right, now when you place vellum on your card, typically you don't want to use glue, you don't want to use dimensionals because these are white, and you don't want to use the black ones either because this is kind of transparent, so you don't want to see any of those like white dots underneath there. You can use, I'm going to hold this up in front of the fan for just a few seconds so I don't wind up touching and smearing any of those letters. Or you can use a heat setting tool and kind of just run that over this. I mean, for the most part, you would set this aside and let it dry. But because of time's sake right now and we're on a live video, I kind of need this bugger to dry a little bit quicker than what would be, you know, if you're just making cards. All right, I hope that's... There's a few little spots that look like they need to dry. Maybe I'm going to hit it with the heat tool just for a few seconds. I'm going to put it on the low setting. So with our heat tool, you have two different settings here, which is awesome for when you just want to dry some ink and you don't want to, you know, heat or melt your paper or anything, because of the fact that that higher setting is more for when you're using your embossing powder and you want to melt that embossing powder. Okay. I'm going to call that good. All right, so what I'm going to do to be able to adhere this down and not have to see any of the glue gobs behind it is I'm going to use my tear and tape. Now, like I said, you get this when you buy your adhesive kit from me. You will get a full roll of this. So I'm making sure that when I place this, I'm placing this behind one of my words so it is less visible. Right now you're going to see it because I still have not taken this backing off. But once I take the backing off, you're not going to see that. So there you go. What I did want to show you guys, now this is completely optional. I can take this and I can place this right down on here. Or what I could do, which I did on my other one, where did I just put that? I thought I had one made. I thought I set it here. I'll have to find it, but I made another one of these. Oh, there it is. It's upside down. I made another one of these, and I don't know if you can see it quite well enough on camera or not, but behind here, I have taken, I don't think I'm going to be able to lift this off without, oh, maybe I can. So on my piece like this, I have taken, and so when you guys go over to my blog later on this evening, you're going to have to give me a little bit because I have to upload this video and stuff. I have taken my black, now where the heck did I put it? I have my black, I thought I threw it back in here so I can use it. Maybe I stuck it in with a different card. Oh, I did. I don't know why I did that, but I have this, it is the Stampin' Right black marker. So what I did on this is I took the more of the big brush tip, and then I just took this and I just like hit it off the lid of this, and it leaves a flickery mark of your black ink. So that is what I have done on this piece here. This one I'm gonna leave the way it is since I've already done it on another one, but it just does like this flickering effect of the little black speckles of ink. It just kind of adds a different effect, and you can kind of see it through this card. I know it might be hard to see on camera, but it's just another one of those things that kind of just adds a different little appeal to it. See, I think there's definitely something going on in my throat because, but then again, it could just be because I live in a very dry climate. So I think during this time of year, my throat just gets extremely dry. But I don't know, to aid on the side of caution, I made an appointment and I will go in and see what is going on. Okay, and then I'm going to be bringing in these matte black dots. These have actually carried over into the new annual catalog that starts tomorrow. Let's get this attached attached to the card base here. So the thing is I've smoked for years. I've been a smoker since I was pretty young. Stupid thing to get addicted to, but you know what? We all have our things, right? I stopped when I moved. I quit smoking when I moved here to Arizona back in 2012. Just because it was insanely expensive, and I was living down here with my kids by myself while my husband was trying to get transferred down here with his job. So it was just one of those things that we were kind of paying rent in two different places because he was still living up in Oregon. He lived in Oregon for a year while we lived down here for a year without him. So we were paying for two households. So smoking was just one of those things that I just couldn't afford to do anymore. So I quit for 5 years. And then I kind of picked it up, but as a social thing, because for you guys have heard me say that I work at the local VFW here. It's a bar. And I am a bartender. You know, just randomly whenever they need help, I just go in and help. Well, being around it, it kind of got me back into smoking again. And yeah, that's a thing. And because I am the only woman who has smoked in my family, it always freaks me out because my mom, my grandma, my aunts, nobody has ever smoked but me. Now I have male cousins who have smoked, but it just kind of scares me because, you know, it's not like I can say, oh, so-and-so, auntie so-and-so smoked and got this. So now it is more of just a social thing, and thank God I don't work down there very often, so I don't smoke very often, but it's just kind of a social thing that if I go out with my friends, I do it, and I have come to know in my mind that I have to quit, and I have to quit for good, because it is not good for me, and it is not a good habit. But, all right, so there is our first card using those masks and the in colors. Okay, so now let's go on to card number 2. Now I was kind of looking at this thinking, what could I do for a matching envelope? So I was thinking of maybe using a couple of our in colors, or just taking the corner of that mask, where did I put it? On the corner of the envelope, and just kind of just doing a little bit of color, just picking one color and just doing it like that. So I'll decide what I'm going to do on an envelope, but you guys know that whoever wins this will get the envelope as well. And I'm not sure if any of the sayings actually go good inside of it, so I'm just going to leave that one. All right, let's set that off to the side. Also, we have coming up, I just wanted to show you guys really quick, these are the In Color 2022-2024 In Color Matte Decorative Dots. Now, these would go amazing on this card as well, but I kind of wanted to bring out the black because of the black matte that we decided to do on here. And because of the black stamp, the stays on that I did, because I thought these might get lost on there because then it might take away from the colors that we just did in the back. Cheryl just said something. What did Cheryl say? I'm happy that you were able to quit. Well, I can't say that I've quit 100% because I did just go out with my friend the other night and we went to our local brewery here. But I will tell you, I was quite proud of myself, and I only had 1 cigarette. So that's normally not a thing. But I'm not going to say that I've completely quit, so that's still a thing. All right, we are using for this card, I'm going to use the Highland Heather. This is 8.5 by 5.5, and then we're going to score it, or fold it in half. So it's going to be 4 1/4 by 5.5. Okay, there's our card base. And then I have a piece of, this is our basic white. Now this is 4 by 5 1/4. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to lay this on there and stick it to that little dot that we have. I am going to be coming in with 2 of our, or am I going to do that? Yes, I am. Okay, so I'm going to be using 2 of our masks. Now this is the one that has the butterfly. I don't know if you guys can see that. Now there's two ways to do this butterfly. You can do it in a lighter color with this bigger image here, and then come on top of that and do like a darker. What's really pretty is because my daughter's butterflies have just hatched over the last 2 days. They are a really pretty, they almost look like Mango Melody with little black dots. So what I would do is I would do this solid image in Mango Melody and then come in and use like my Memento Black and do this in the dark color over top of it, and it would look exactly like what her butterflies look like right now. You should meet my mom and see how she lives now that she Has emphysema. You know, and Patty, now that you say that, I saw my grandfather. I totally saw him with emphysema. I did. And I'm pretty sure he had, what's that other thing? COPD or whatever. Do you think I learned? Nope. I guess I don't know. I can't tell you why I can't just, I don't know. I don't know why I can't just stop. It's kind of one of those things that I know I need to, but again, it is kind of like when I'm with my friends and I'm around people doing it, I have a really hard time saying no. Because it's something, if I smell it, I crave it. And I'm not going to make the choice to not hang out with my friends because they smoke. So I'm just going to have to learn to be a stronger willed person and know that this is no bueno. This is no good for me, and just suck it up and just stop doing it. But until I get there, there's even a guy at the VFW that I work at. He actually has a, what's it called, where they have the hole in their throat because he smoked for so many years. Do you think I would learn by just seeing him also? No. I don't know. It's kind of one of those really hard things that you see the devastation that it creates and causes in people's lives, and here I am still doing it. Stupid. But I have cut way back. I can say that. Okay, so I'm going to take this butterfly and I'm using the big image here. And then I am using fresh freesia. So this is where I'm coming in with my lighter color. And his wings are going to hang off just a skosh on these sides. And this is where I'm going to lightly take this and just get a little bit of that streak marks, because I don't want the streaks hanging out on this butterfly since we're going to see so much of a big image. And then I'm going to just lightly watching, and I like to take my finger, or I can take a sticky note, like Post-it notes, and I can take this and I can kind of just lay this without moving it over this bottom butterfly so I don't wind up getting any of those marks on here. And kind of the same thing for that flower. I should probably take another Post-it and stick it over this flower. Oops, see, I just shifted that. Dang it. I should have done that first. Okay. Now again, you can come in with washi tape and you can place this down so it stays in where it needs to go. I don't find the need to do it just because I'm not going to be spending that much time in this area, so I'm going to be picking this up and down. And it is going to be very light. Okay, I think I should zoom you guys in a little bit because it seems like it's kind of hard to see. Okay, now I'm going to pick this up and move that. Okay, and since I already have those, if I can pick it up, see how that butterfly, but see where I didn't mask that one little area, but that's okay. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm just going to put that there. Okay, and then I'm going to come down here and I'm going to do another one of these butterflies down in this bottom corner, right down here. Again, kind of coming up and off this sheet. Again, grabbing fresh freesia. And the crazy thing is my husband has never smoked a day in his life. How does that happen? And he thinks it's nasty, but... And that's kind of rare. Because normally it's a husband and a wife that do it together. Or it's easier to quit. Okay, so there's our 2 butterflies. So now I'm going to take this and I'm going to lay this back over that top one. And press that down, make sure that stays, and that. And then I'm going to actually grab a 3rd one down here. Then this is where we're going to get kind of crazy. Well, not crazy, but we're going to take this stencil here that has this little kind of like ruffly edge to it. And I'm going to lay this on here, kind of just going like that. I'm just going to drop it. And then I'm going to grab the Highland Heather, which is kind of a little bit darker than the Fresh Freesia. Come in with it. And then I'm going to hold both of these down. And now I'm going to come in and get this darker look on top of these butterflies. On top of that butterfly. So you're going to have kind of a little patterned butterfly, and it is so pretty when it is done. Wait till you guys see it. Okay. I'm going to pick that up. Oh, isn't that so stinking cool? Look at that. Isn't that neat? Oh, I just love it. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this one. Line this stencil back up, or mask, and then I'm going to turn this and just throw it down there. Come in with my Highland Heather. Oops, I moved my mask. Oh. Okay, once you get it down there, try not to move it. Don't do what I just did. Okay, just like that. Okay, isn't that so gorgeous? Oh, I just love it. Those 2 colors coordinate so well together. Okay, now I'm going to use the Highland Heather, and I'm using the Daffodil Dreams, and I'm going to use the Happy Mother's Day up here. You need pixie spray. What is pixie spray? What is that? Never even heard of it. Now I'm curious. I want to know what pixie... I just love the name of it, actually. I want to know what pixie spray is because it sounds like it's something that I need in my life. Just the name of it is enough. Okay. I'm going to do this in Highland Heather, and I'm going to place Happy Mother's Day right here. Okay. Beautiful. It is a low-tack adhesive for stencils. So is that something that I can find on like Amazon? Who sells that? Because that would be amazing. I mean, even though it's not sold by Stampin Up, because you just said it's not Stampin Up, but hello, Rhea. I think it's something that would be kind of worthy of having, because every time we have a new catalog come out, we have a whole new set of stencils, it seems like. And that would be kind of cool to have on hand to show people how, you know, that all works. Okay, the other thing that I was thinking And I don't know if I'm going to go that route. I was looking at this little spriggy piece here. It looks like it's little shoots of, like little splashes, kind of like the whole black Stampin' Right pen that I did on that other one. I was just going to bring in some light little purple kind of, because it almost looks a little bit too stark. But I don't know if that's going to be too much. I'm just going to leave it alone because I know how I get, and I think that it needs something, and then I kind of screw the whole project up. So I'm going to leave it be. But I am going to come in with these new glossy dots. Now, I'm going to move these kind of close to you. They are almost like hologram or holographic or whatever that, where it almost looks like it's, what are they, like a bee or an ant? You know how they can kind of see like a bunch of different little things? That's kind of what this looks like. It's almost like looking through a kaleidoscope. That's a better way of putting it. But I'm going to use these purple ones right here. I don't even think I've opened these yet. Now the way I open my embellishments is probably a lot different than what you've seen. I just like to cut the bottom where this part is still attached, and then I can just slide these out easily, but then they stay in my drawer just like that. It's not the same exact purple. I think this is more of like a gorgeous grape, but it's going to still be pretty on this. I'm going to use, ooh, they are really stuck too. My goodness gracious. I'm going to do that one right there. Do another medium one. So these are like medium, small, and large, the sizes. And then I'm going to take a big one. Oh, good Lord. And stick it kind of right up over here by this sentiment. Aren't those pretty? Oh, I think these are going to be like one of those things that, since us demonstrators were able to add it to our pre-order, now that customers can get it, I think those things are probably going to be one of the items that go on back order pretty soon. Okay, that's just going to get matted right on there. Okay, there is card number 2. Let's put an inside in this. Where is my cardstock? So what I've been doing with some of my cards, and this is just to save myself because I do so many cards in a week, is I have been putting copy paper, like, so let me show you. I just take my, it's a thicker kind of copy paper, and I cut this down and I put this inside of my cards because when I show you this, you're not going to even see really a difference. So if I cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4, which would be your standard size of the inside of your card. Now, yes, you can see that it is thin there, but when you get this inside of here, you really can't tell any different that it is a different kind of paper inside of there. The only reason why I've been doing it is because I'm finding myself going through so much white paper that, not because I'm trying to be a cheap guy or anything like that, but I just don't see kind of the whole reason of having to put like your pretty white cardstock that you stamp on inside of a card that you're just going to write on. Does that make sense? Or does that make me sound like a cheesesteak? See? Who's really going to know that that's not, you know, the way a card is supposed to be? Okay, if we're putting Happy Mother's Day inside of there, let me see if I can find You're on My Mind and in My Heart. That's kind of cute coming from this set. I'm just so happy for you. I don't know, because there is no really other... Where'd that stamp set go? There's not really another stamp set or sentiment in here that would go with your Happy Mother's Day, but I do like this little butterfly, and since our theme is butterflies, I think we can absolutely get away with sticking a butterfly in the inside of this. Where did I put my, there it is. I'm gonna say, I know I have a chamois sitting around here somewhere. Now this chamois is another thing that you guys are gonna want to put in your shopping list, because you're going to love this thing, and it makes life so simple. And see, and I can even like clean my fingers off with it when I get all inky. Just keep re-wetting it and rinsing it out with hot and cold water, because it does make a difference with using two different temperatures for your water, because if you use a cold water, it's going to pull your cool colors out, and if you use a warm water, it's going to pull your warm colors out of your pad. I know that sounds really crazy, but it's just the way it works. I don't know where I put that other stencil, but it was full. Oh, there it is. I was going to say it's full of ink, and I don't really want it touching a whole bunch of things. All right. So let's take this little butterfly and use some fresh freesia. And let's put one of these right here. And then I think I'm just going to do one right now. And then let's grab an envelope. Oops, I just kicked my trimmer out of the way. And we're going to do the same thing with that little butterfly down here in this corner. All of a sudden, my fan in my bedroom just got super, super loud. I was like, oh my goodness, my fan's going to go flying out of the ceiling. Wouldn't that be horrible? What timing would that be? Is the one day out of the week I'm doing a Facebook Live and my fan decides to go cruising. Oops, I am so far away from you guys. You guys can't even see what the heck I'm doing. Yeah, how crazy would that be? My fan goes flying off the ceiling. All right, there is card number 2. Okay, now card number 3 is going to be a little bit more complicated. I am using many colors for it. I actually need my freesia for it. Let's clean off this little butterfly and this. Get these out of the way. Also, since we're done with those. Okay. Now, we're still going to, oops, what did I do with the paper? I still need this. Okay, Highland Heather can get put away now. We are going to need fresh freesia, and we're using this new set called Sending Smiles. It also has a coordinating die set over here as well. It is called Sending Dies. Now, when you decide to buy this as a bundle, you're going to save 10%. So I always tell everybody, if it is a bundled deal, purchase it that way because you're going to save yourself some money versus buying it separately. So this, oh, and that's what I wanted to show you. Tonight we're going to be using, this is a big shadowing for this word sending right here. It's like the more of a shadow die, and then you've got the more intricate die right here that says the word. Then you've got these two banners that fit perfect with all these sentiments that you have here, and then you've got these array of flowers in this set. Okay, so let me get out the first part. The card base that we're using is Rich Razzleberry, 8.5 by 5.5. We're gonna fold this in half, finding what side needs to go. Now this is gonna be a landscape card. So it's gonna set like this. Here is that Granny Apple Green. Now this is 4 by 5.25. Oh, I know, the Rich Razzleberry is a gorgeous color. And look at those two colors together. Isn't that, you know what it reminded me of when I was playing with it? Remember, I haven't seen any of the new Batmans or anything, but the old Batman with, what was the guy's name? The only Batman I'll ever think is the greatest Batman. What was his name? Oh my goodness. Well, for the love of Pete, he's actually in a new show right now on Hulu called Dope Sick. What is his name? I just did this the other day. I was just talking to my mom about it and I forgot his name. Ugh, whatever. Okay, then I have a piece of white, which is 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. That is going to layer on top of that. Michael Keaton, that's his name. Did one of you guys just say it? Keaton, there you go, Patty. Yep, I was reading your mind. Michael Keaton, yes, he is the only Batman that I will ever consider Batman, so. Just saying. All right, so now we're coming in with these two stencils, and these have this gorgeous flower arrangement kind of on it. You have kind of your more open, and then kind of more of a deeper detailed flowers here. So we're gonna play with this. Again, I need masks to, and so when I say masks, I know these are called masks, but I also call the little pieces of like washi tape, or I put the sticky notes, I put it on there to cover the areas. So we're gonna need fresh freesia, Granny Apple Green, Rich Razzleberry, Garden Green, Daffodil Delight. Now, here's those little mask things that I was talking about. And Mango Melody. Okay, now, when we go to do this, let me get my thing over here so I can look and see. Okay. I have a piece of paper over here that I made this stencil on, so I need to be able to see it. All right, so I'm going to take this and set it like this on my paper. Now I'm going to do fresh freesia first. Now I am going to come in here because I just learned my lesson. I need to make sure that my mask does not move. And since I don't have any pixie spray that Cheryl is talking about, I need to do it this way. I'm also coming in with these are called our sponge daubers. I call them finger daubers, but because they just fit right on your finger. The reason why I'm using these is because I really have to be careful not to get these two outer side flowers on my sides here, I only want to use these two big flowers. Now that is where I also came in with, I had another one sitting here. I might have to cut another one. Oh no, it's underneath here. Okay, so I need to place this on top of that because we're going to do those two flowers in a different color. And see, and this is where I use those sticky notes, because then when I place this on here, so what I did was I just kind of took a sticky note and I lightly brushed over the sticky note with my blender or with a sponge, and then kind of just fussy cut those out. So I would make sure that I didn't get ink on those two areas. So I'm going to hold them down, and then I'm going to kind of, when I use my brush, I'm going to go this way so I don't kind of pull those up and jack that area up and get ink on there. So I'm using fresh freesia, and I'm just going light. So I'm just trying to get a little bit of ink down there without tearing those masks up. Okay, and then I'm going to turn my whole paper and do it going the other way. Okay, so just a little bit of color on there. All right, now I'm going to pick this up, close this, pick this up, and there is my color. And now I'm going to take this side, oops, it needs to go like this, and I'm going to put this on these flowers, kind of go in the same direction. Oops, try to line it up in there. Just like that. And then again, I'm going to take these flower things and cover my flowers because I don't want those getting inked. Then I'm going to take Rich Razzleberry, which is our darker color. And now I'm going to come in here and go over that light freesia. Adding some kind of contrast. I'm going to turn, whoops, dang it. I'm going to turn this whole paper. Okay, now let's pull this off. Oh, isn't that so cool? I just love how the light and the dark contrast together to make that florally print there. All right, so now I'm going to take these two little things off. And let me grab a baby wipe because I need to wipe that purple off because I don't want that getting in, because now we're going to come in with the yellows and I don't want purple getting mixed in with my yellow pad thing, my yellow dauber, because then all it's going to do is transfer color into my yellow pad, and I definitely don't want that. So I just lightly wipe that down, let it dry a few seconds. Then I'm going to turn it and come back to the big flowers. Lay it down here correctly. Line everything up again. Push that down, push that down. Now, I'm going to, that's not what I did. I don't know what I had this thing for. I don't know what the heck I was using that for, but I'm going to come in with some more sticky notes. Where did I put all my sticky notes? I have it back here on my butterfly. So I'm going to come in here and just kind of cover some of these without trying to mess everything up. Bring in some of these smaller pieces with these points, just like that. And then I will have to move these masks as I go to get those flowers. Okay, this is when I'm going to come in with my Daffodil Delight. Which is my lighter of my two yellows. And then just rub this around lightly, making sure, that's why I use the little daubers instead of the brush, is because I can kind of be more intricate where I'm going with my color, so I don't get it in on that rich raspberry flower. Okay, there's that one. Now I need to turn this so I can do the other flower. Just like that. I know it seems like such hard work, and that's what I've seen. This one's more intricate because you've got more moving of pieces, but wait till it's done, you guys. It's well worth the work. Okay, there's that flower. Let's pull that off. And now we're going to take this and we're going to flip it and do these darker parts right here. And that's when we're going to come in with Mango. So now take this and flip it. Oh, no, wrong one. This way. Now I got to make sure I line all my little pieces up here. Oops. There we go. Okay, where did I just put all my masks? Okay, do the same thing here. Just kind of, this one's not as hard. You have bigger spots to be able to get inside of there. Let's take this little bitty piece right here. Okay, now let's open our Mango. This is Mango Melody. Okay, just like that. Oops, I turned it again, dang it. All right, now I'm gonna come in with that darker color and really add that dark on top of that. And same with this little flower over here. Really add that dark color on there. Okay, now when we pull that off, do you see the difference in the colors? That you've got the light daffodil and then you've got the melody mango or mango melody. So there's that. Now we're going to add some leaves to this. Now we're going to grab Granny Apple and Garden Green. Now both of these I'm going to use kind of at the same time. Okay. Here's this. Now if you line these up, and I'm not saying that I'm an expert lining these things up, but because last night I was playing with this and I could not get it to work to save my soul. But then I figured if I turned it this way, it actually works. Quite handy. Okay, so just like that. Now I need to grab some of this tape. And I know it looks really screwy, like how does that even match? But it does. I'm telling you. I'm watching. How do you know to line this up? Am I way out of camera here? Let me zoom you guys in a little bit. Hello, Florence. Okay. If you can see through this stencil, you can see the flowers going up like this. There's little parts of the leaf that kind of sit right on those purple pieces that we've now done with the rich raspberry and everything. And this little one right here fits right in between those yellow flowers. That's how I kind of figured out. Because if you look at this coming from the view of these flowers, I thought I had to line those flowers up on this, the yellow little flowers, thinking that that's how that matched, because that's what made sense to me. But my sense and this stencil sense, two different things. All right, so now if I just go like that, hold this still. Now I'm going to grab some Granny Apple Green and just start coming in. Now I'm not going to touch either one of these flowers. I'm just going to go over the leaves lightly with Granny. Now there's also these leaves here that you can use also that look really cool on here. And I was actually debating, which I'm going to try to see what that would look like. Okay, I just used Granny on those. I might come back in and use Granny. I mean, use Garden Green. But what I was thinking is if I can get somehow figure out how these line up, because I don't know how they line up. I was trying yesterday to see how they lined up, and I just, for the life of me, oh wait a minute, is that, no, I could not get it to line up. I was so lost. I was getting frustrated. So if you guys have a tip on how the greenery, oh wait a minute, do I have it? No, because see, that's not going to line up. I don't know how it goes. So I'm just going to leave it because it's going to make me nuts. Oh, I was going to put Granny Apple Green on there. That's what I was doing. Where did we go here? So if you guys know how to make this green match up with these flowers, please let me know so I can figure it out, because it is, and I'm sure there's probably, you know, YouTube videos out there. I just haven't quite done that yet. So I'm just going to take a little bit of the garden green and just lightly run that on there, just making it look more leaf-like. Okay, just like that. Okay, and then we are done with those. Okay, so there is our card, but we're going to do something fancy here. Okay, I have a piece of gold foil, and this is a gold foil sheet. It's just a scrap. And then I have our adhesive sheet, because I want to make this piece be kind of like a sticker. Okay, so I'm going to, oops, I took the wrong part off, dang it. This needs to go on the back of here, just like that. I cut the wrong piece off. Okay, and then this is going to go right here. And then when we die cut this, it's going to turn this into like a sticker. So I'm going to keep this piece because, ugh, now that I got sticky stuff all over me, I'm going to use a scrap piece of rich raspberry, and I am going to cut out the sending, and we're using the big shadowed part for this. So I'm going to cut that out, and through the magic of TV, here is that piece. Then I'm going to take this piece here and use the intricate piece of the sending, and I'm going to cut this out. And no, I did not do this one ahead of time, because I wanted to show you guys how to put that adhesive on there to make this a sticker, and show you how to do this now. Okay, so I just ran that through. So now when I punch this out, it's all one. Now you have to be careful, because you're going to have to watch for that little dot in the eye. It stays in your paper. Okay, there's that. I'm going to leave that in there for a minute, so I'm going to set that right there so I don't lose it. Take this, and then I'm going to use my little poker part on my take your pick tool, and then I'm just going to poke some of these little like leftover pieces that are trying to hitchhike on my sentiment. Okay, just like that. I'm going to move this, get this out of the way since we're done with that. All these little silver gold pieces. Then when you flip this over, you need to kind of take your pick poker and kind of just pull that up and pull that backing off of that to now make your sticky part be shown like a sticker. And then you can lay this down. Now, I think this gold on that rich raspberry adds such elegance to this card. Because these gold and that rich raspberry together just seem so rich and elegant to me. So see how easy that sticks? Then I'm not worrying about trying to get glue in those little pieces. It's just stuck the way it is. Now I'm going to take and try to weed this out of there. Where did it just go? Oh, there it is. See it? It's upside down. I'm gonna try to get this sticky part off. Ooh, it worked. And put this little dot up here in this eye. Okay, just like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh, I love those two colors together. Woo. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside because I still know that I can very much use the rest of this because it's already got that adhesive on there. So that's gonna go in my scraps to continue being used. Then I need this scrap that I've already cut my piece out of. I need to take the words smile. So on here, this word sending goes with all of these sentiments here. So I'm going to use sending smiles across the miles. I just think that's so cool. Absolutely. And I have totally used that combo for Christmas cards. So that's why I know I love those two colors so much together, because of doing Christmas cards with those two colors. They are gorgeous. Okay, I need to take my Versamark and my white embossing powder. Okay, this says smiles across the miles. I'm just going to place that down here because this scrap we would have technically cut that sending part out of the shadow. Take this and make sure we get that powder on there, just like that. And then we're going to heat set it. Oops, did you guys see what I did? Were you guys all screaming at me? Shut your powder! Okay, then I'm going to grab this little, see how I was telling you there's these little banner pieces here that fit perfect on the widths of these. Like this big one, this long one that says sunshine to brighten your day. This big one fits perfect for that sentiment. I'm going to use this small one and take that and die cut that, and again, through the magic of TV, I've already got one done here. Let me get all these little bits out of here so I don't grab anything. Okay, I'm going to use some of our mini dimensionals. And I'm just putting it on the shadowed piece of the sending. Okay, just like that. And now pull the backs off. And now this is just going to get set right up here. And then this one is going to go right across the bottom there. Ah, got stuff falling everywhere. Don't fall. Oh, for the love of Pete. Okay. Okay, maybe that one was not a good one to use. I think I need a smaller sentiment. Hold on. Where did I just put? Oh, there it is. I think we need a smaller one. I didn't realize that the G, I mean, we could always bring this up, but then it covers the G, and I don't like that. And I don't like it sitting down there. No. Nope, nope, nope. That's not going to work. So we're just going to change our minds and use a shorter sentiment in this case because of the fact that we want it to kind of tuck right here in this space. So let's try this again. We can say sending, I do like that saying, but just not on this card. We could do sending love and big hugs, sending a note of thank you. I need to stick with something shorter over here. So sending birthday wishes, that's cool. I like that one. Because we can always use birthday cards, right? Okay, so now let's do this again. Oops, and my birthday wishes is a wee bit on the crooked side. Grab the embossing powder back out. Okay. Close this up. Let's bring in the heat tool again. This card would be another one that would be great for Mother's Day. Because of the colors and everything, I think it would be gorgeous for Mother's Day. Okay, this one, I don't have one already cut out. So actually, what I need to do is I need to shorten it up. So I'm going to place it in here like this, and then I'm going to move it down. So let me show you guys. Let me run this through here really quick. This way. Because of this being too long, I'm going to show you how to shorten a banner if it's ever too long and you don't want it that length. Okay. So we just cut this at this length, right? Now, I don't want it that length, so I'm going to place this inside of here going this way and cut this on this side, just like that. So then it will now be shortened, but still have the brackets on both sides. Oops, helps if I'm over here, right? So do you guys see what I'm doing? I'm just going to move this down, and then I'm going to cut this part here. So now it will still keep this same shape, but just be shorter. Okay, so let me show you what I just did. So I just placed it in there and I cut this little piece, I cut this little piece off right here from this, So now I've just shortened it. Instead of it being the full length of that, I cut that part off to make it shorter, so it will now fit. You see? So now it will fit right there where I want it to go and not be too long that it hangs over anything. Sometimes it's a lot of work to make something be exactly the way you want it, but that's okay. Okay. And I could have probably moved that sending down just a little bit more, but it's all good. I'm not complaining. Okay, I'm gonna save this little piece because that's still very usable. All right, now let's get our card base back out here. And then we're gonna do some winners. Oh, I just glued my finger. Did you see that? And see, this is where I'm saying with this glue, I have a little bit of time to kind of move that around to make that be perfect margins on all sides of my card so everything lines up beautifully. Then we're going to use iridescent. Now these things are gorgeous and you guys should all have them in your craft supplies because they go with absolutely everything. If you can't find a gem to go or a jewel to go on something, these go with absolutely everything because of the fact that they kind of match every one of our cards because they are iridescent, so they change colors to where you need them to match your stuff. Okay, so let's bring in a big one and put it right down here. And let's do a medium one and put it right here. And we'll go with one of the smaller ones in that flower. I don't know if I like it in the flower because you can't see it. Go up there. Okay, and then we'll do another medium one down here. And then since that's 4, we need one more. Where's the sticky one? Let's do another little one. We can do it up. If I can get a hold of it, I need to re-loop my thing. I think I'm going to do this one over here. Actually, it works pretty good in the yellow flowers. Yep, it looks good in the yellow flowers. It just doesn't look good in the Some of these things are really hard to get up once you put them down. Okay, enough moving them. That's all good. All right, so that is our last project using those masks, those decorative masks. Let's put an inside to this card. Well, thank you. I thought these colors went quite well together, Florence. Absolutely. I just thought it seemed like such, like, it's spring, but it's still very elegant at the same, you know, at the same time. And yes, I can't wait for Christmas stuff to come out so I can use these colors for Christmas cards like Cheryl just said. The gold with this, it actually looks really good with the Blackberry Bliss also. Gold. Okay, here's the inside of our card. And we can always do birthday wishes, sunshine to brighten your day. Oh, wait a minute. Where'd that other stamp set go? It had something that was kind of birthday related. Where did it go? Right here. Oh, maybe not. I thought it said happy birthday, but it doesn't. All right, so I'm just going to leave the inside of that blank for now. If I come up with anything when we're done with this, then I can add it and then put the pictures of it over on the blog. But isn't that so gorgeous how that turned out? All right, so let me bring in all three of the cards really quick, and then let's do the winners of last week's cards, and then let you guys go for the night so I can start getting this stuff and dimensions and the project sheets that you guys can download over on the blog. All right, there's the first card. And there's the cute little envelope we did with that one. I will have envelopes with all of these. I'm probably going to do something kind of like this. But there you guys go. What do you think of those? I'm trying to make sure we got you. Oh, that's why, because I need to zoom back out. I keep forgetting. Thank you so much, Melanie, for sharing. There's the inside of that one. This one, I didn't do anything on the inside because it's kind of hard when you have all these stencilings to try to come up with an idea for the inside. But I'll try to come up with something before I take the photos of these tonight and get them put up on the blog. All right, so there are the three cards. So make sure you add those to your shopping list or your shopping cart. All right, so let's do the winners of last week's cards. So we did all those new in color and new products coming from our new catalog that starts tonight. Sorry, you guys were staring in my lap. This is that parakeet party card. And I did the birthday wishes in the inside along with this paper. This is going for liking last week's video. This is going to Patty Rutledge. So be on the watch for your happy mail. All right, this one I did with the little teacups and the matching envelope with it. And it has just a piece of that paper in the inside. This is for commenting. This goes to Cheryl Randall's Merchesnik, I think is how you say her last name, and that beautiful sparkly paper here, or ribbon that matches all of those in colors. Oops. Oh, shoot. I wanted to show you guys a card. before we're done here. I got some, it wasn't really mailed because she actually hand delivered it to me, but I have a card to show you guys. This one goes for sharing last week's video. I made that super cute little, because I put a little note of thanks. I put this cute little bird singing like he was singing a note on the inside of the card and on the envelope. This one goes for sharing last week's video. This is going to go to Bonnie Carrick, Bonnie Carrick Jonas. This is going to you for sharing last week's video. So I will need to get Bonnie's address. I have Patty's and I have Cheryl's. But Bonnie, I'm going to need to get your address from you. So those will be in the mail to you guys, your little happy mail cards there. But I do want to show you guys this card that Miss Rhea brought over to me. Because of our paper pumpkin last month, she knew that I was doing, hello Christina, she knew that I was doing the little school theme for my daughter. So she brought this card over to Kaden, my daughter, and it was such the theme of us doing her butterfly cycle life, the life cycle of a butterfly. Woo, I really got that one screwed up. So here's the little caterpillar, and here's the cocoon or the chrysalis. And then when you slide this, wait, you guys, watch. Ah, there's the butterfly. Isn't that so cool? Oh, when she brought this over and we were outside talking, because my dogs are psychos and don't like anybody in my house. So we were outside talking and I opened this up and I knew I had to come in and I had to immediately show my daughter this card, because that day we had some of her butterflies actually like come out of their chrysalis while we were seeing that. Yeah, isn't that such a neat slider card? When she, and then it's on like, it's on clear acetate, like on the window sheet. So it just looks like that little butterfly or that little caterpillar is just coming off that leaf and then becomes the chrysalis, which then becomes an amazing little butterfly. And then, if that's not the coolest thing, this actually opens like a regular card. And then she used some of the stamps that were in that paper pumpkin. So I had to share that with you guys because I thought, what a cute idea that is. And I made a scrapbook page for my daughter's pictures that we've been taking as we've been watching the different cycles happen with the live butterflies that she has. So I have to get some of those printed off and put on her scrapbook page using that Change is Beautiful, what was it? Paper pumpkin. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much for sticking with me tonight and watching our my cards using the decorative mats. So there are a new set that is in the new catalog, so you guys can check those out. Also, they all kind of do the same thing, but like I said, I think this one is the only one that has to do with that butterfly theme. So, all right, you guys, thank you so much. I will see you guys back here next Monday. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.